Hello, everybody, fellow gamers. Today we're going to be doing a review of the Russian Tech Tree. So we're going to start at Tier 1, and we're going to work our way up to Tier 5, and then we're going to have a summary of those 5 tiers. And at the end, we're going to tell you if the Tech Tree as a whole is worth grinding, and we're also going to review each independent tier and any vehicle highlights.
And each
and
vehicle
lowlights.
Each vehicle
So,
will rate out of 10.
Yes. And at the end we will rate the Tech Tree out of 10. And also we'll tell you what vehicles to look out for. I'm talking about the PT-76B in particular. Drop the kills.
5 air, 2 ground. It's not too bad. It was BT-7M, super mobile, great reload, decent pen. I'd rate that thing a 9 out of 10. Then, after that, what'd I do? T-28. That thing, probably going to be like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Because very low speed for the 76mm gun. It has less pen than like the BT5, even though it
What
is
is?
the T28.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It's has okay armor, a bunch of machine gun turrets, but that thing's 6 out of 10. Now, Gauss AAA 4M. That thing, 9 out of 10. It's super fast fire rate. At that tier, they can kill pretty much anything in just a few hits. And, yeah, 9 out of 10.
Right, so for me, I played the Gauss AAA Deathstroke. And that thing is an okay, like, it's decent, and if you hit like a biplane or something, the biplane's gonna die. It's gonna go bye-bye, gone. But it doesn't have much ammo at all. 50 rounds on fairly rapid fire. It's not gonna be able to sustain fire or anything even close to sustain fire. And you're gonna get machine gun a lot. So, for the fact that it's just very fragile and has low ammo count, but it does high damage, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, you can get it if you want, but I don't think it's worth it. The SU-76M, though, it is a great tick. Like, right off the bat, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 for the tier, because you have decent armor, you have very, very good firepower. Mobility can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but for the most part, though, it's very, very fun. And then the BT-7M, 9 out of 10 for mobility and firepower.
Yeah.
Very good tank.
Now on to tier 2. Oh,
it's
yeah.
8 out of 10.
I agree with
Because
that.
it is a very good tier. Works very well with aggressive playstyles. And if you have good aim, then you're going to do very well. But it isn't a 9 out of 10 because it doesn't have heavy armor. No heavy armor to speak of. Anyway, on to tier 2.
Let's do like a 2.7 match and then a 4.0 match again.
Right.
I don't have this 30, so I'm gonna be
Do you not have a danger tractor?
No. Well, I've researched it. I just don't I haven't bought it.
Danger!
What is this? I just
What?
spawned in something and it looks awful. The T80,
What
I've
is
never played it before, but this thing looks like a piece of shit.
It performs well, but it looks terrible.
What is this?
Oh, it's kind of terrifying at how bad it looks. But it performs well, as I said. I've got your Commander Gunner, Panzer 3J. Got your loader too. Yeah, it's definitely not bad at all.
Alright, now 4.0.
Sure, it is well. Oh wait. Got a modification for my this 30.
Artillery barrage in your sector.
Right. So, overall, Tier 2 is where the fun begins. Because you get access to things like T-34s, the X-10s, and the all-powerful SU-122. And it's pretty fun, but there is problems with up-tiering, because you will get Tier 2, 47, and 50 in your 4.0 vehicles where you will not stand a chance. Which is not fun. But in a down tier, you're very good. And some of these vehicles can be quite tanky. So I would give the T-34 as a series 10 out of 10. T-34s are great.
Yeah.
The ones that are equipped with 76mm guns. We'll talk about 85mm later. But especially, I'd like to point out the T-34 STC, because it has extra armor. So instead of 45, you are 60mm thick on the front foot, which is enough to deflect just about anything. And also the T-34 1942 is very good due to the updated turret. And generally the T-34 1940 is pretty good. It's really good in a down tier. I've had 20 kill matches in down tiers with it. But as a whole, I would give rank to about 7 out of 10 because it struggles with up tiers, but generally it's very fun. You?
Well, I'd also give it like 7 out of 10, but I also gotta rate all of the vehicles that I did.
Yeah.
Starting with T50, it's just less. It's a worse T34. That's what it is. Give that
it's
thing.
worse in every way. So when you
5 out of
struggle with
10.
those up tiers, then your T50 gets paired against T34s, then you're just at a disadvantage.
Yeah. So that thing's 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Then let's see, T80. That thing, it's decent armor, decent gun. It looks ugly, that's for sure. But
it looks very ugly.
I'd give that thing probably 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Then Gaz 72K. That thing, 8 out of 10. Great. You hit something at 2.3-ish, it will die. Pretty much. 1 or 2 shots. And is decently fast firing guns. And so that thing's 8 out of 10. Then KV-1 L11. That thing, 8 out of 10. Very good armor. If you angle, everything will have trouble penetrating you. Then it's good for open maps where you can just sit in one place and hit people, because it also is a pretty good gun. And so that thing, 8. KV-1S, give that thing a 7. I don't like it quite as much as the L11. It has a little bit more armor and about the same pen for slightly higher battle rating that will get you up tiers to higher battle ratings. Zis 43, 10 out of 10. If you hit something, it will die, almost guaranteed. And you also have a little bit of armor, and say you want to go into the thick of the battle, then you can point your gun all the way down going forwards. So that's a plus compared to the milk trucks before that.
Well, it's actually a plus compared to most other Russian vehicles in general.
Yeah. If you look at like Zis 12, M53, 59, and then all the milk trucks prior to that, yeah.
But past tier 2, very poor gun depression will be a recurring theme. More on that later. Oh wait. Forgot about the hidden gem of low tier, the Zis 30. Oh my gosh, the Danger Tractor is amazing. It is the best. 10 out of 10. You can pull off unlimited amounts of just readiness in this thing. Great. Anyway.
Alright, after that mild delay and inconvenience, we're back. And we're going to do it tier 3, which is where the part of it begins, I swear, this time.
Anyway, after that quagmire with Tier 2, Tier 2 was very, very depressing. You don't want to be like Tier 2. On to Tier 3, which is where, as I said, the fun begins. There is lots of new vehicles, new types of new vehicles, and new classes of new vehicles. This is where the Soviet heavy tank destroyer type really begins to blossom. I don't know why I worded it like that. That sounds very strange.
Pickable
No water.
It's the best. It's the best YouTube poop in the entire world.
Alright, T-3485 is, or the D5T is what I'm bringing first.
To battle.
Okay. So, before we move on with the rating, I would just like to warn about the early IS-2 and the IS-1 and why you should just stay away from them is because what makes the T5T gun so special on the T-34 85 D5T is because you can flank, because the T-34 chassis is mobile. But this one, you trade mobility for armor, but your armor is completely ineffective against the German 88.
Yeah.
So the Tiger and Panther are going to easily one-shot you. You can't angle due to the weird slopey sides. So if you try to angle, you also die. So that's very not good. And also the D5T cannon just generally isn't good. And the PT-76B can be fun, but if you're looking
Especially
to
in water maps.
yeah, but if you're looking to grind, stay away from it. It's not going to be a good grinder. It's really only good to mess around in. So yeah, that's pretty much the thing. I will go through all the vehicles that we just played in that match and a couple extra ones.
Cool.
The T-34-57, great tank for 4.7. Very fun, very fast. And it has... its armor isn't great, but like... if you angle, it'll be a lot better.
For
And
4.7, it's
very
pretty
fast.
good.
Yeah, for 4.7, it's very good. SC-152, it's a band hammer. Just hope you don't miss. Because then you won't... Yeah, then you'll die. KV-1S5, also great for 4.7. It's a bit of a long reload for how big the interior is and how small the shells are. But it's still fun. And then the T-34-85 D5T. You're gonna want to flank with this thing, because your gun is not good at engaging German big cats frontally. So you're gonna want to flank, and it doesn't really matter about angling with your armor, because you're still gonna get killed by the German 88s and 75s. But it's just not very good. It's not a great tank. Nothing special about it. It doesn't really have the hard-hitting firepower from the next T-34-85, but it doesn't have the lower battle rating of the 57. So it's just not very special. Anyway, on to you.
So you already went over the D5T. I'd give that thing probably like 7-ish out of 10.
Oh, stars, I forgot to start.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I would give the D5T a 5 out of 10 stars. It's the only thing that's remarkable about it is how it's remarkably average. And even bad in some regards.
It's
Not to mention up tiers.
yeah. Up tiers can be very miserable, but I like it. It's decent. Well, it can be
Well, I
decent.
remember when I first got this tank, my first 4 matches in it were 6-7 up tiers. King Tiger 2Ps, IS-2 1944s, and T-44s just wandering around the place. It was not optimal. And as I said, just kind of stay away from the second rank of Tier 3 until you get to Tier 4. Anyway, IS-1, I didn't play this one last match, but from my experience with it and its statistics, it's going to be a 4 out of 10. This thing is sub-average. It has a perfect combination of lackluster firepower, poor mobility, and downright terrible armor. You can be penned from all angles by a German 88. Heck, a Panzer IV could mess you up beyond repair. And PT-76B, actually, controversial opinion, 8 out of 10 stars, because it's just so fun to mess around with.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And SC-152, KV-1, and T-34-57, those are all 9 stars. Very good, especially when they're in the same lineup.
Yep. For me,
yeah.
close. KV1 ZIS-5, that thing, I love it. 9 out of 10 stars. D5T, I already said, about 7 stars. PT-76, again, 9. That thing's super fun to mess around with. It's not great just as a vehicle, but super fun. ASU,
Yeah.
10 out of 10. I get God mode with this thing all the time. BTR 152D, 8 out of 10. Not huge guns, but they're fast firing, and there's 4 of them, so.
And actually, they are really big guns. They have, the KPVTs.
They're
Those things will shred light vehicles and
Yeah.
airplanes alike.
but if you look a bit higher, it's 37mm guns. Yeah, just 37s, 25s.
In the T-10M, I actually think I have more kills with the machine gun than I have with the main gun.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
But yeah, that thing, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, so as a tier, I would give... So actually, I'm going to divide this tier into 2 pieces, because they're practically different tiers. Because the first half of Tier 3 is solid. It has a bunch of cool
Yes.
vehicles. It's good. It is... I'm going to have to give it either an 8.5 out of 10. It's very good. It definitely would grind all the vehicles at the first half of rank 3. But the second half is... I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's very average and downright poor in some regards.
Yeah.
Its main redeeming quality is that it has the PT-76B, which is just so fun to mess around in.
Uh-huh.
But tiers to grind, well, sorry, not tiers to grind, lines to grind, I would definitely try to grind the light tank tree, the tank destroyer tree, and the medium tree. But actually, scratch the tank destroyer tree. I'm trying to get the SC-152, stay away from the SU-85M and the ISU-122s, and grind the heavy tree, because it goes up to some pretty cool heavy tanks up higher on the line.
And the KV-1 ZIS-5, that thing is great. Excellent armor. And it can bounce most shells.
Yeah, so definitely, lines to grind for grinding in the future is going to be... Well, the best lines for grinding is going to be medium and heavies. The funnest lines are going to be the tank destroyers and the light tanks.
Yeah.
So, make your choice for that. And with that, I believe we are going on to rank 4.
That is correct.
Oh.
Yep, I cannot hit a moving target for the life of me.
And this teammate behind me just decided that I'm not going to be able to back up. So the other thing is, moving on from this battle rating forward, teammates are going to be... They get worse and worse with the tiers.
Yep.
Alright, that guy's dead. I'm gonna have to just jump and repair. Always help your teammates repair, because the faster they can get back into the fight, the faster they can distract the enemies.
Yep.
So, the IS-2. Something IS. The IS-2 chassis is... I mean, it's okay. You already saw that I do not like the IS-1 at all. But the IS-2 has the 122, which is very hard to aim, and it takes forever to reload. But if you hit something, it will send it into the nether realm. So he's playing Minecraft now. But the armor on the IS-2, the normal IS-2, is still subpar. And that is at 6.3, it is even worse. And since you have a very long reload and you're heavier now, it will also mean you can get roped more easily. So for that reason, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not really worth, like, competitively playing it, but it's still pretty fun to play. I don't expect to do well most of the time, though. Then we have the IS-2 in 1944. It's just the IS-2, but better. You don't have to angle in this tank. It has the same armor, except for it's better. It's just better in every way in the front. But if you angle, you can still die very easily. This tank should be played as sort of a more heavy breakthrough. So make sure you got a squad mate or at least a few teammates behind you so you can push up into enemy lines, nuke someone, and then reverse back. As well as this thing has BR-471D, which is a very good shell. Still long reload, still not that mobile, but it's just better protected. And I would give it a 7 out of 10. My pulled pork simp.
Did you do?
But it's pretty good.
Did you do anything else? Or
Yes,
was
I did. I did the T-44 and the T-3485. The T-3485 is exactly like the T-3485 D5T, except for it's a higher battle rating and it gets a slightly better gun. And honestly, I feel like it's more enjoyable at 5.7. The T-3485. Plus, it looks cooler, and for that reason, as well as it's one of my favorite tanks of all time, and it's just genuinely fun to play. Especially when you can prey on very oblivious Panther and Tiger players. So for that reason, at 5.7, I would give it a 9 out of 10 stars. Because it is very good to play at that battle rating. But if you bring it up to 6.7 or 6.3, you can expect that to do as good.
that is the issue with that battle rating. You get a lot of up tiers to 6.3/6.7.
Yeah, everything past this point struggles with up tiers. Not that much, but it is still a little. It's still a lot more unenjoyable to get up tiered than to just get even tiered. Like, these tanks do better in just being tiered with things that they are the same battle rating with than they do in down tiers. Because in down tiers, there's a bunch of vehicles that are just faster, or what I'm saying is they're perfect at the battle rating they're at. The T-44. Again, something T-44. Yes, it's okay armor. Like, you can bounce just about everything, but your gun at 6.7 to 85mm gun is horribly obsolescent. Obsolescent. It's almost obsolete. Obsolete. Okay, well, apparently
You need a spelling
just not
lesson
told.
or grammar lesson.
grammar lesson. Okay, wait. Well, I'm never gonna do that because I'm an illiterate Mongol. Anyway, so no offense to the Mongolian audience. Anyway, it's obsolete. The gun is terrible at 6.7, and so unless you flank, you're not going to be able to get any kills. Unless you discover wandering up to your troll.
I strongly disagree with that. I got 6 kills in the match that I tried this thing in. And if you hit things where they can be in the right spot, it is very powerful. But
So, really, this tank, there's a lot of luck involved.
yes.
So, like, if you come upon a Panther, and the Panther is front onto you, you're probably not going to kill it. But if you're lucky and it just came out of a corner and it's side on, you can easily kill it.
Yeah.
So unless you want to leave the fate of your game perfectly to luck, and you're gonna get luck and hope that you get lucky that the enemy players aren't very experienced and don't know how to side scrape corners or don't know how to pre-angle on corners, then you're not going to have a good time when the enemy players actually know what they're doing. So if you want to have consistent matches, as I said, you are going to want to flank, because you stand no chance against something like a T-2065 from the front. So you're going to want to flank as much as possible, or you could just be a crazy person and completely count on luck. But good luck.
Alright.
Other than that, yeah, armor and mobility is fun.
Alright, now for my ratings.
Alright, sounds good. Wait, oh, but I forgot to stars. T-44 gets a 7 out of 10 stars for poor firepower. Alright, go ahead.
So I'm gonna start with the T-44. That thing, very good armor. I agree it doesn't have a excellent gun, but if say you're playing arcade, wait till the crosshair goes green, you can shoot and it'll almost definitely be a
It'll
crit.
sometimes.
It'll almost definitely be a crit. And there's probably a 50% chance that it's a one shot. So for me, this thing, 8 out of 10. I like it a lot. The armor's very helpful. Let's see, what else did I play? Su-100. It has no armor.
Oh, Yeah.
But good gun. Lots of penetration. And if you use it right, it can be really good. If you don't, then it's not. This thing I'd give probably a 7. Let's see, what else did I play? Alright, M5359. This very good at killing tanks, but it's also very good at killing planes. Good fire
you don't have
rate.
very much armor. Ammo.
Yes, that's the only downside. You have, I believe, 2 magazines worth. There's this one. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3.
You have 4 magazines for each gun.
No, I don't think so. Because I'm looking at the X-ray right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total. Oh yeah, 4 for each. Never mind, you're
I know
right.
math, I swear.
I was just looking at this and I'm like, that doesn't add up. But if you get hit by anything, including 50 cals, there's a good chance that you're dead. But
Actually,
there is,
opinion here.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm choking on the sandwich. So you have armor, as you said. But it is quite possible that most of the players you'll be facing are either inexperienced Germans or perfectly competent Russians. And usually they don't bring high explosive. I'm especially pointing at those inexperienced German players. Stupid.
I never bring high explosive.
Nor do I. Perfect example. Anyway, so you will be able to no armor, best armor a lot of shots from things like a Tiger that have very high penetration. So like might only kill your driver or commander or a loader. And your chances of surviving a shot get higher and higher the more ammo you use. Because once you're down to like 2 mags, then there'll be a greater chance that they won't hit your ammo. As well as you're not very mobile, but you're pretty mobile. And it's still a great AA.
Yeah.
Especially in arcade.
It's great as anti-aircraft. The only downside is you don't have a ton of ammo if you look at a lot of other AAs. But that thing I'd give 7 or 8 out of 10.
I would give the Praga M5359 a 9 out of 10. Because I just really like it. It's very fun to play.
Now, even though I didn't play these 2 vehicles, I still have a rating for them. ASU-85, not super great. Its gun is mid. Oh, actually, no. It's a good gun. Not
It's
a lot
ammo,
of...
on the other hand.
Yes. That is exactly it. Oops. So... It's alright. It's not my favorite, so I'd give that thing probably a 7. But it.
So before we move on, would you mind? Because I actually am an ASU 85 player, because I like to torture myself. It is a very good vehicle if played right. Just don't expect to get anywhere fast. It's
Yes.
super slow, and your gun hits hard if it pens,
Exactly.
and sometimes it don't. As well as, I feel like all light vehicles at this tier are pretty much completely negated. Well, just they don't matter as much because, especially if you're planning on playing realistic, because you will fight a lot of Americans, and American cast of this tier is just out of hand. Don't even try to spawn in a light vehicle, because you'll get strafed into next dimension. Anyway, I would give it a 7 out of 10, just because it looks cool and it's pretty fun to play if you play it right. Well, when I say that, I mean it's very rewarding when you get a kill,
Yes.
because it doesn't happen very often. Anyway,
Alright.
the review.
Now, a lot of people disagree with me about this, and it's going to be very controversial, but BTRZD. I thought that I'd have a great time when I got this, but I didn't. It
It's because you're not using the right ammo, you idiot.
it needs to reload so quickly. It has fast fire guns, but it does. You need to reload after probably 5 seconds of firing. And other than that, it's alright. As an AA, I don't really like it because you have to reload so quickly. And it takes 13 seconds to reload, so it's not like quick reloads like ZSU or a ZIS. But I'd give that thing 5 out of 10. It's not great,
Messed up.
but it could be worse. Alright. Moving on to tier 5.
Oh, wait. I actually have some points about the RZD.
And that is, I don't think you're using the right ammo, and I don't think you're flanking far enough. Because you get 6 crewmates, so you can take a lot of hits, and also you're in Caboose, floaty boy.
This thing
Anyway,
floats?
on to tier 5. Yeah, of course it floats.
I didn't know that.
Floaty boy.
Huh. I'm gonna be playing it
Anyway,
a lot more often.
On to tier 5. I'm a simple man. If it floats, I play it.
I agree to that.
But on point 5, you have a... So our boy here, Fish, doesn't have many rank 5 vehicles because he's a slacker.
Yeah.
It's his fault that he ground American air before he ground Russian ground.
There's good planes
Anyway.
there.
Sure there is. You lazy air slacker. to reviewing Tier 5. Right?
Yeah.
So, T-44-100, decent. Good armor, good firepower. It's kind of a blend, a balance.
Yeah.
But for that, I'll give it a 8 out of 10. It's
Alright.
good. You can work some miracles with it, but it's not too great.
Yeah.
IS-3, it's a lot slower than the T-44, and your protection doesn't gain much to show from it. Because most of the things that'll kill your T-44 can easily kill IS-3. And your reload's a lot longer, but the round hits like a truck at 7.3. And you're not that for mobility. You're not downright obese like the IS-4 and it's pretty good, but it's not outstanding. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. BTR-80A, 10.0. No, so not 10.0. 10 out of 10 stars. It'd be terrible at 10.0. Trust me, guys.
Yes.
Anyway, 10 out of 10 stars. Great mobility, good fire, well, decent firepower once you get Sabo. Just fun to just drive around and do crazy shenanigans in. It's very, very fun. As well as you get infrared spotlights and night vision for those night battles. But you guys might want to do. It's very fun, as well as it floats. And
That's the best part about it.
Yeah. But I believe that it is the first vehicle that is produced by the Russian Federation instead of the Soviet Union out of any of the vehicles. And for all you history nerds out there that are going to go crazy, I'm not saying the BTR-80 was made by the Russian Federation. I'm saying the BTR-80A is still produced by the Russian Federation. Anyway, it's pretty good. IS-4M, 4 out of 10 stars. Not great. Well, it's not good. It's not even okay. It's below, it's not bad, but it's not quite okay. It's just, why? It should be at 7.3. It could even be at 7.0. BMP-1 is going to be a 5 out of 10 stars. It works. It's rough, it's tough, it works just well enough. And T-54 is going to be 8 out of 10 stars for being good. Beastly. Okay, on with your review.
For me, T-44-100, you went over this already, but I really like this. It's blend of everything. I'd give this thing 8.5 out of 10. BTR-80, 10 out of 10. It floats. I love that thing. It's super fun. I don't always get a ton of kills in it, but I usually get a few assists, and it floats.
When you do get kills, it's satisfying.
Yes, it is. Because you only have a 30mm gun.
As I said, once you get Sabo rounds, it will do a lot more damage.
Yeah. ZSU-52. Or 50. ZSU-50. 57. That thing, as an AA, it's not great because it needs to reload every 4 shots or something like that. But if you do hit something, it will destroy it. And as a tank destroyer, it's alright. I'd give this thing probably a 7 out of 10.
Now, I would give the ZSU-57-2 a 9 out of 10. Because you never know what's going to happen when you just start lobbing a ton of 57mm APHE rounds at something. So I remember I was fighting an IS-6, and it was looking at me and it was still reloading. And so I just started lobbing rounds at it over and over again. And 2 rounds hit the gun barrel, bounced down, and just went straight through the front plate and killed it. This was like my 4th shot. It was pretty insane. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, but yeah, 7 out of 10.
I'd say it's more of a 9 out of 10. There.
I'm not great at it, so
I have a specific playstyle.
yes, for sure.
Is that everything?
I believe so. Now,
So
yeah.
why
Continue.
don't we go over
Premiums?
lines? No, not premiums.
Oh.
Lines to grind, play styles, and just what will work best for this tech tree.
All right.
Lines to grind is medium tanks. The far left, yeah, that'd be left line, left north line is going to be the best.
For
That's
me,
the funnest to grind.
I agree with that. You go far left, then you also go far right and middle. That's the
Yes.
lines that I chose. And
Those are definitely the lines to grind. They're
Yeah.
the ones with good stuffs out.
the middle line won't get you anything good until you get to rank 3. And still, it's giving you mediocre tanks. But ZXU,
They're fun to play. They're
yeah,
mediocre
they are very
performance,
fun to
but
play.
very fun to play.
Very.
And I would. So this is going to go against what a lot of people say, but I would. I would say the middle right line, the self-filled guns. I would definitely want to save that for last or second to last because at low tiers, it is pretty not good. Now the ZIS 30 is definitely a highlight. And the ISU is another highlight, but everything past that is not going to perform very well. So unless you're just grading it to get the Object 775, then I would not expect to do well with most of these vehicles. They're mediocre at best. The Object 268 might seem good. Don't be fooled. It's not that competent. And then something heavy tanks.
I like the heavy tanks.
There's just something not right with higher tier Russian heavy tank.
Yeah. I haven't played anything past the
Yeah.
IS-1, but the KV-1s, those are great. At the tier that they are,
The ones are amazing.
definitely play those.
But everything past tier 4, once you get one of those tanks, it shouldn't be a tank that you expect to do well in. Just every time you get a kill, just be truly thankful and bless your stars that you actually got a kill. Because sometimes it can be very hard to get kills in these tanks.
Yeah.
So for low tier, it's very, very good. But everything after the everything after the KV1, well, the KV1 ZIS 5, is pretty not great. I mean, the T10M is okay, but it's still nothing to write home about. But yeah. Now, all in all, this tech tree really suits aggressive playstyles. And it also suits sort of sniper or campy playstyle. Personally, I kind of prefer more aggressive playstyles. Which it suits very well. All in all, I would give this entire tech tree a... What would you give it?
So the way I'm gonna do this is kind of like averaging my ratings for the tiers that I've played,
Yeah.
and that would make it a 7 out of 10.
I would give this a 8.5 out of 10 as a tech tree. Very, very good. There are some very, very lame tiers. I'm especially pointing towards late tier 2 and late tier 3. But generally, it's going to be very fun. It suits just about everyone. It's a good tech tree for beginners. And it's also a good tech tree to go back and grind on. There's pretty much a vehicle for everyone. in this tech tree.
Videospiele spielen. Hello everybody, let's play some Videospiele spielen.
And if you can, follow Turnip22D9. Great channel. It's very similar to us, and it's great. So do that.
Don't go promoting that other rando before you promote our channel. Like and subscribe, or else I'm going to drop a bomb on your house.
All right. I'll put that in
Hashtag
first.
Tomahawk Cruise Missile.